Demonstrators in Cairo have succeeded in blockading the parliament building after spilling over from Tahrir Square, which has been at the centre of the protests. For its part, the Egyptian government has taken a harsher tone with the anti-Mubarak protesters. The Vice President Omar Suleiman says they're insulting Egypt and that the country is not yet ready for democracy. The ABC's Mark Willesee reports from Cairo.
They'll bow before their God, but they won't bow to Hosni Mubarak. From the shores of the Mediterranean to the deserts of the south, millions of Egyptians are vowing to continue their uprising until the president goes.
These protests are continuing because nothing has been achieved. When all the members of this regime leave, when all of them have been changed, then we can say we achieved something.
And the regime is being just as stubborn. The Vice President Omar Suleiman warning that Egypt was not yet ready for democracy, saying those demanding the president step down were insulting their country.
Well, while tens of thousands of protesters, including supporters of the Muslim Brotherhood, remain in Tahrir Square, just to my right, all around the square, there are thousands of soldiers, hundreds of tanks and armoured personnel carriers. And I've also seen Special Forces soldiers carrying high-powered sniper rifles, which some Egyptians fear could be used against the people inside the square.
While the army has vowed not to use force against the Egyptian people, it is well placed to move if it has to. And in Cairo, yet more reports of arrests and torture are emerging.
I was taken by the secret police, handcuffed, then punched, kicked and pistol whipped. But I have come back to the square.
And thousands of first-time demonstrators have flooded Tahrir Square after watching a tearful TV interview by Wael Ghanim, the Google executive and activist detained by the police. So rather than discouraging many Egyptians, the security forces' brutal crackdown has inspired them to join the uprising. Mark Willesee, ABC News, Cairo.